Hello RWC fans and welcome back. We are very close to the finish here. Season 2, race number 9 here at Fuji Speedway in Japan. The last couple races have been very interesting with several drivers getting their first victories here in the RWC. Project G with Team Porsche, Wyatt's Garage with Team Chevy getting their first ever victories, so major congratulations to those drivers. Gills also continuing his little streak of victories, now at 2 wins. We'll see if he will tie or maybe even break the record held by McGowan and Team Renault from Season 1. It's looking pretty interesting here today. Fuji Speedway, although with some very technical turns, has an extremely long straightaway, and as y'all know, some of the cars this season do have quite the advantage when it comes to straight line speed. So we'll see if that plays a defining factor in this race. It definitely did in qualifying. Wyatt's Garage leading the field yet again, proving that that Chevy C8 Corvette is just unbeatable when it comes to that straight line top speed. We're getting pretty close to the beginning. Weather is maybe not favorable, but it could definitely be worse. And as I was saying, Wyatt's Garage and that C8 Corvette will be leading them down. Gills in second, Isidro third, Jensen fourth, Gao closing out the top 5 as we head into turn number 1 of this 10-lap race. Who's going to come out on top? Will the weather play an effect? We will find out. There's already a battle for 5th place. Gao was trying to challenge Jensen, but Jensen is able to pull away slightly. Besnard trying to overtake Mystics, but it won't happen either. A lot of battles becoming one-sided here as the grid begins to kind of single file. Project G trying to go on the outside, but we know very well that the outside usually does not work all the time. But now he has the inside, and the inside does work, and so he will overtake Hidalgo. No, he won't. Hidalgo will fight. Hidalgo will fight extremely hard, but it won't matter. Project G will secure that position, 13th position over Hidalgo. That was a very, very bold move, especially in these conditions. The track is very much wet. Whoa, as we saw something there between Besnards and Mystics, as Ramos and Davi are now duking it out side by side, and it looks like Hidalgo's coming back for his position, overtaking Project G, but they're still side by side. 4 cars side by side, Ramos, Davi, Hidalgo, Project G. As they're coming back to the front straight, it looks like they're starting to single file out, but Ramos is hungry. Ramos is looking at Besnard. We'll see if he can initiate a move coming down this straight. Ooh, Besnard closing the door on him, closing his, well, if anything, he's giving him the draft, but I don't know. It looks like Ramos was benefiting more from the open air, now giving him dirty air. As Besnard looks to make a move on Ramsey, and he does. He completes the move. Very nice, very clean. 3 wide in the back. Kudos, Furigori and Rice. That was pretty crazy. I don't think I've seen 3 wide very much at this track, but then again, I think we only used it the season prior, so obviously this is only our second time here. But yeah, 3 wide at Fuji Speedway was definitely not on my bingo card. The rest of the field, for the most part, pretty much single file now, which I think is the most advantageous, as Mystic gets a little loose there. Thankfully, he's able to hold on. But as I was saying, I think that would be the better way to go here on these early races. But kudos, Khalid is saying no to that plan as he overtakes Furigori quite cleanly. They're heading into the heavy chicane portion of the track, as Fairley also makes a move over Batter. Speaking of that, wow, Furigori getting pushed kind of far out. If he would have hit, whoa, Rice getting really close to him as well. Like I said, the track is definitely wet, so I wonder if these drivers are having more issues than they realized with this wet track. But as I was about to say, speaking of batter, and really all the other teams with very low displacement cars, now towards the end of the season, there are a lot of rumors coming out if a lot of teams are actually going to cut out of the series simply because their cars are just not competitive enough with these front runners, right? As we switch to them, Wyatt's Garage, Gills, Jensen, Gao, you know, Chevy, Lamborghini, Ferrari, you know, a lot of V8 and V10 cars. The lower cars just can't keep up with them. So there's a lot of rumors that here on this off season, after this season, that a lot of teams will be disbanding. What will happen to their drivers, we have no idea. I guess we'll just have to see. But, you know, I would like to assume as Gills gets a little loose there coming out of that corner, I would assume that, you know, there would just be a lot of driver changes. Maybe some teams will foster up the funds and maybe get a second car, second driver, number 2 car, basically. But that's just kind of my speculation. Obviously, we'll see here in the off season what happens. But I think that would be most likely. I think they're going to get rid of the extra brands and just kind of usher more cars out of, you know, the same brands, and, you know, just be a number 1 and number 2 driver. But we'll see. But that is the rumor as of late. Here in the 9th race going, you know, the final race is literally the next race. But anyway, Fairley and Batter closing out the field. I believe they took a pit stop, which is why they're so far down now. Wyatt's Garage still holding strong, though, in first place. Gill's really the only other driver keeping up with him on this front straight. As I mentioned, Wyatt's Garage, or actually no, Gill's actually got the faster lap. Oh, look at this battle right here with Isidro and Jensen fighting for 4th, well, 3rd and 4th, excuse me. Jensen will secure 3rd, however, with that. Oh, Gill spins out! He doesn't hit anything, thankfully. And he does a pretty safe turnaround, all things considered. If honestly, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, the wet condition. He maybe just gave it too much throttle going into the turn. Yeah, now he's just spinning around. Now he's got that wet grass on his tires. But yeah, no, he does a relatively safe turnaround, all things considered. You know, with how slick the track is and traffic. He kind of gets in front of some traffic. Let's see, Barth, Ramsey, and Ramos kind of impedes them a little bit, but thankfully no contact. Gills will return in 7th place, but you can see he's still struggling with traction now that his tires are dirty. And there he is, drifting! Gills is literally drifting around this track, and he spins out again, and Ramos and Project G and Davi all hit him. Contact. Kudos Khalid now smashes into him as well. Unable to brake in time as Gills just comes right in front of him or across him. So this will most definitely bring out the yellow, as now there are so many cars with damage. Not sure who's going to be able to continue from that. We're gonna go through all the replays. This is probably going to take a few minutes as all the cars come into the pits now. Gills just absolutely struggling with his dirty tires now. Ramsey honestly kind of gets away semi-clean. The contact didn't seem to be too bad for Ramsey. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for the rest of the drivers behind him. So Ramos just T-boning right into Gills. Thankfully, it wasn't on his driver's side. It was on the passenger side of that Lamborghini. But still, what a hit. And that just sends Gills all the way around. And then Project G and Davi behind him, just really not having anywhere to go as well, even after that hit. Yeah, Project G just slams right into Ramos, unfortunately, and Davi does the same thing to Project G. So very, very unfortunate for those two drivers. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, those two drivers really just have not had good luck. Kudos Khalid as well. That was even more unlucky because I believe Gills was already off track. Let's see. Oh no, that's when he was trying to turn around, and yeah, he just into the same spot that Ramos hit. So thankfully the passenger side, but yeah, no, that Lamborghini for sure is now out of this race with that much damage. So coming to the restart, very, very unfortunate. Tons of cars now out of this race. It's now a shootout, 6 laps. Wyatt's Garage in the lead, and he gets loose on turn number 1. Jensen will take advantage, going on the inside. Oh, it's a drag race coming down now. Wyatt's Garage with that top end with the Chevy, but Jensen looking to have the better run on the outside. He will take first place, and he will secure it now. Wyatt's Garage falls back to second, Isidro third, Gal fourth, Besnard closing out the top 5. The whole field scrapping for whatever position that they can get after this restart. Look at the back of the grid. Cars just stacked on top of each other, 2 by 2 by 2, just battling, as right here Ramsey is trying to hold his position from Barth, and he is semi-successful, but Barth is all over that McLaren. Actually, I take that back. Barth actually falls back a little bit. Now he's under fire from Ferragori. Fairly closing out the field now in 15th position. Only 15 cars left on this grid after that incident, which is just unfortunate. You can barely see the cars coming through all that rain, as it seems to be picking up a little bit now after that incident. So we'll see how this continues the rest of the race. 2 battles going on here, Mystics and Batter, as they're going through the high turn. I can't think right now. This race is just unbelievable. And another thing that I forgot to mention is the fact that Gills just wrecked. That's gonna be a huge hit to his points, because Gills was actually in the championship running. I didn't even think about that in the moment. But yes, that's going to be a huge hit to his points, as Gills was in 3rd place for the championship running, right behind Rice, who is in 2nd place for the running. Jensen's currently in 1st, and Jensen is currently in 1st. If Jensen wins this race, that is going to be a home run in the championship running, and he's going to be your Season 2 champion, which is insane, considering that he is a rookie this season. But then again, everybody was a rookie in Season 1. But I don't know. I just find it more impressive that he came in this season and just absolutely dominated, with the exception of Rice kind of giving him a run for his money. But Rice right now isn't looking too good, as I believe he's not even in the top 10, or maybe he is in 10th position. We'll see here really quickly. No, Rice is not in the top 10, so that is not good. That means he won't have any points if he finishes this race outside of the top 10. Pretty much the only other person in championship contention right now that is in the top 10 is Isidro, who is in 3rd place. But the problem with that is that Isidro is in 4th place for the championship standing, and with quite a significant point gap. So while finishing in 3rd place will definitely help his battle against Gills and Lamborghini, it's pretty much ineffective in terms of in fighting Jensen and Audi for the championship. So really the only person that stands a chance against Jensen is not in the top 10 and also DNF'd. So this is a pretty big deal, as Rice goes for a huge move over Hidalgo. I can't even imagine how fast they're going right now, and he pulls a move like that in this type of track condition. Rice is insane. You saw how quickly he just snapped to the side? You do not want to do that in these type of track conditions, but what do I know? He's going for another move on Casanova, but Casanova's defending as best as he can, but will it be enough? Rice is really looking like he's picking up the pace. He must have heard what I was saying about him, and he's like, let me prove you wrong, as he's trying desperately to get into the top 10. Casanova currently holding the door. Will he walk through? He goes on the outside again, side by side, easily going at least 120 miles an hour, and he will secure the position. Rice is now in the top 10 with 3 laps to go. Unbelievable. Rice is on an absolute mission. Isidro actually getting the fastest lap of the race so far. We'll see if that sticks, because that'll definitely help him as well, because again, he is in 3rd place. So if he does finish in 3rd place, that is definitely a huge points gain for him, but we shall see. Batter currently in 9th position. Honestly, I've said it once and I'll say it again, the things that Batter has been able to do in that Genesis race car, it's their first season. Unfortunately, it may be their last season already, but the things that Batter has done in that vehicle is just simply impressive. A 4-cylinder turbo GT3 car against inline 6s, V8s, V6s, V10s. The fact that he's in 9th place right now just speaks volumes for how skilled this driver is, Batter. You know, definitely on the top half of the rookies that came in this season, you know, aside from Gills and Jensen, but honestly they were kind of blessed with the cars that they were given. But Batter just making miracles over here with that Genesis GT3 car. But unfortunately, Rice is looking to drop him down another position, as he is right on the back bumper of that Genesis, and he goes on the inside and he will make light work of Batter, and now he will set his sights on Ferragori as he is climbing the ladder of the top 10 with 2 laps to go. Cameraman's definitely in the right spot right now. Watching this climb is very impressive. We'll see how many more positions Rice can. Whoa, that was very close to Ferragori. Really braking late here. Really trying to take advantage of these tight corners. But yeah, we'll see how much more Rice can climb in just these next 2 laps. As already, what is that, 3 positions from where he was at? Yes, 3 positions. So it's safe to say that Rice is definitely on a mission, now up into 8th place. Could it be that Rice is about to make a drive of the season? Could he catch up to Wyatt's Garage and Jensen and P2 and P1 in just 2 laps? I feel like it's a dream, but I don't know. Rice is looking to make that dream come true, as now Barth is in his sights, and Barth is now holding his position, actually. Ooh, he closes the door very heavily on Rice. But we all know Rice, this isn't over. Sure enough, he goes on the inside and hooks around. He will take 7th place. I don't know what I'm witnessing right now. Do y'all know what y'all are witnessing right now, ladies and gentlemen? Because I surely don't. This is a drive that I definitely did not see coming in the last 2 laps of this race. Next up on the list, Ramsey, Gao, and Besnard, it seems, as Ramsey and Gao are fighting in between themselves. So it looks like Rice is going to try and take advantage of that. He's going to take advantage of them fighting each other. Oh, he hooks very tight on the inside of that turn, tries to cut it. He cuts back, goes on the inside of the next corner, and he actually gets in side by side with Ramsey, and he secures that position. So now Rice is up into 6 as they're coming towards the front straight. Gao's next on the list, as Gao's trying to get up to Besnard, who is currently in 4th place. Gao holding the top 5 position, but probably not for long. We'll see if their top end speed can hold them off for at least a little bit, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like Rice is in the slipstream, and it's not raining anymore, so it's just dry weather. Or, well, let me not say dry weather, because the track is extremely wet, but y'all know what I mean. The visibility is way better. And he gets past Gal. Oh my goodness, it's the final lap, and Rice brakes super late. He misses his braking point. He goes flying off of the track. No! Oh man, the drive that Rice was just on unfortunately comes to an end as he misses his braking point terribly, and because of how wet the track is, just slides past turn 1. How unfortunate. The cameraman finally moves away from him. He goes to the battle in the front, as now Rice's amazing drive has come to an end. Jensen still holding off Wyatt's Garage. He's been holding him off this entire time now, which admittedly is just incredible by the rookie, but can he hold them off for just a few more turns? I'm sure their tires are definitely worn out by now, which means that this is the most dangerous, and it happens. It happens. Jensen spins out. Wyatt's Garage nearly spins out right behind him. They make a little bit of contact, but Wyatt's Garage is able to hold on, and Jensen's losing position. He's waiting to safely return on track, which kudos to that, because many drivers do not do that in this series. So respect to Jensen for trying to rejoin as safe as possible, but it costed him. It costed him dearly, as Wyatt's Garage will get 2 wins in a row here at Fuji Speed. Wyatt's Garage will dominate in Japan. Isidro will finish 2nd, Besnard 3rd. Rice will somehow finish 4th. What? Gal will close out the top 5, Ramsey 6th. What just happened? How in the world did Rice move all the way up to 4th? Gal will close the top 5, Ramsey 6th, Jensen will finish 7th, Barth 8th, Fergori 9th, Casanova will finish in the top 10, very nice by him. Batter will finish 11th, Fairley 12th, Hidalgo 13th. What in the world? This is going to shake up the points for sure. We're going to move to them right now, actually. Okay, so here you see Toyota and Audi are now tied going into the last race of the season. Mercedes will jump over Lamborghini, taking 3rd place in the championship standings. And the rest of the order, if you really take a look, has definitely jumbled up, or at least in the top 10. The top 10 is definitely jumbled up. The bottom rest 20 are kind of more so the same. But we hope y'all enjoyed. We hope to see y'all in the next race. Thank you all for watching. Peace.